In a small, forgotten town, where opportunities were as rare as rain in the desert, lived a girl named Clarissa. She grew up in a tin-roof shack with cracked floors and no running water. Her family struggled to afford even the basics. Some days, dinner was nothing more than a piece of stale bread dipped in salt water. At school, Clarissa wore torn hand-me-downs, and her classmates never let her forget it. They laughed at her shoes with holes, mocked her for not having a smartphone, and whispered insults behind her back that often reached her ears. Teachers, though more discreet, treated her like she wouldn't amount to much. She was labeled just another poor girl, destined to stay poor. But what they didn't see was her fire, the quiet rage and determination that burned every time someone told her she was nothing. Clarissa didn't cry. She dreamed. She didn't complain. She observed. And every moment of humiliation, every insult, was fuel for her inner engine. Clarissa's mother, although uneducated, taught her the greatest lesson in life. No one is better than you. They just have different tools. Learn how to build your own. This simple phrase etched itself in Clarissa's heart. After school, she would collect discarded books and teach herself what the classroom refused to give her. Her favorite was an old, beat-up business book she found in the trash, titled Think Big, Start Small. She read it so many times the pages turned transparent. With time, she began offering tutoring for other students, charging a small fee. Her classmates laughed, but desperate parents paid. She saved every coin, slowly building the foundation for something bigger. At just 16, she started her first online store using a donated laptop and free Wi-Fi from a local cafe. She didn't sell anything for weeks, but she learned about branding, digital marketing, and customer psychology. The same girl they mocked for being dumb and poor was silently becoming a force of nature. At 18, Clarissa launched a handmade jewelry brand using recycled materials, bracelets, necklaces, earrings, all inspired by the same poverty people used to shame her. Wear your roots, she called it. She showcased her story on social media, and within weeks, her videos went viral. People were moved by her authenticity, resilience, and raw honesty. Orders poured in not just from her country, but from around the world. She hired her first 2 employees, both girls who had also been mocked for being poor. Together, they worked out of a small room in her mother's house, often sleeping only 3 hours a night. Clarissa reinvested every penny, expanded her designs, and collaborated with local artists. Soon, her brand was featured in online magazines, then TV interviews, and finally at an international design expo. The girl who once couldn't afford a pencil was now being asked to speak at global conferences about entrepreneurship, resilience, and authenticity. Despite her success, Clarissa never forgot the sting of humiliation. Instead of seeking revenge, she built bridges. She returned to her old school and set up a scholarship fund for underprivileged students. She created workshops to teach young girls about financial literacy, confidence, and how to launch small businesses with zero capital. Her jewelry company became more than a business. It became a movement. Celebrities wore her pieces, influencers talked about her brand, but Clarissa remained grounded. She still wore her mother's old scarf, still drank coffee from the same cafe that gave her free Wi-Fi, and still believed in helping others rise. Her old bullies? Some of them now worked for her, but she treated them with dignity, not because she forgot what they did, but because she remembered how it felt. She had turned pain into purpose and shame into strength. Today, Clarissa is worth millions. She owns multiple properties, drives a luxury car, and travels the world. Yet she still lives in the same neighborhood where it all began, in a renovated version of the shack she once called home. Why? Because that shack reminds her daily of the power of belief, perseverance, and silent ambition. Her story is a beacon for every person who's ever been told, "You can, T." She's proof that being poor isn't a curse, it's just a beginning. And while the world loves a success story, it's stories like Clarissa's that redefine what success truly means. Not wealth, not fame, but the courage to rise when the world expects you to stay down. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see more stories like this, stay tuned, because someone else's journey might just change yours.